So this paragraph is from Mr. Linn's packet for the 12th graders on Montaigne and the ideas that were surrounding him in France with the Catholic Church performing exorcisms to try to get the devils out of people. And I think it is just a superior example of a well-written, structured paragraph that has evidence, explanation, and you can tell it is driving the essay forward. The topic sentence. Here, however, we can focus on a related idea about human life that is also illustrated in Leviac's discussion of demoniacs, Satan, witches, and exorcists. You can clearly tell that the previous paragraph talked about demoniacs and Satan and witches and exorcists, but that he's going to move on to a different aspect of human life. Mr. Linn's going to use that previous paragraph to try to prove something specifically about what Leviac is saying. As you read through the rest of the paragraph, he's going to use quotes from Shakespeare, who is clearly showing the idea that people in the Renaissance are just playing out scripts that have been given to them by society, either by the church or by their social position or by society at large. But people simply tend to play out the scripts that were given them by other people rather than thinking about them critically. And Montaigne was attacking and challenging that idea as a philosopher in the times. Let's look at the last sentence. Yet Shakespeare's ideas seem to have been an exception in the traditional world, and most people thought of human beings as essentially natural like other animals, rather than scripted and based on an imaginary story. And it was not until the 20th and 21st centuries that Shakespeare's thoughts about human life were fully developed. So basically what he's arguing is that Shakespeare was kind of a radical, seeing people as being scripted by society rather than having their own individual thoughts like other animals in the world. Let's go through our rubric. Is the topic sentence clear? Absolutely crystal clear. Is it a transition from the previous paragraph? It clearly contains parts of the previous paragraph, but leads you to the new argument that this paragraph is going to make. Do the ideas connect logically? Yeah, clearly Mr. Linn is taking the information from the previous paragraph, using it as a setup to his new argument. He provides evidence and then explains the evidence. Is the language easy to understand? The paragraph is talking about the Renaissance and Shakespeare and how people work through social scripting, which are a set of complex ideas. And yet the language is so clear that it's very easy to understand the argument that's being made. So I would say absolutely the language is clear. Does the evidence and explanation prove the topic sentence? It absolutely does. This is a new idea about human life being developed by Shakespeare. It is absolutely in contradiction to the dominant ideology of the Renaissance, that basically people are individual animals that control their own destiny and their own thoughts rather than acting out on a script. And Mr. Linn is showing that in reality, at the time, most people are just playing out their social roles that have been scripted for them. This is a terrific example of a coherent paragraph that has a great topic sentence. It uses evidence, it explains that evidence, and makes a solid point that will lead to the next idea in the essay. Very well developed, very well done. If you could write a paragraph this good, welcome to graduate school, because that's where you should be. But this is the goal of how we want to develop your writing over the course of the year.